Hello friends, welcome to all in my YouTube channel all about civil engineering by Praveen Mane. Today is the first lecture I am giving for objective questions which are asked for in the GATE IS exam for previous 20 years. I have collected the questions from the previous 20 years question papers of these exams and based on the topic. Here today's topic is PERT and CPM. This is the program evaluation review technique and critical path method, and these are the scheduling methods for project management. So here first I am giving some theoretical information, then I am giving some I am giving the questions, and then I am giving the answers of these questions, and then giving some solution if solution required. Firstly you just listen this topic or listen this session carefully, and then try yourself to solve these questions without seeing the answers or solution. If not possible for you to solve, keep it as it is. After 1 week I am uploading a video based on the answers and solutions of all these questions. If anybody want this in PDF, you can comment me to the video your email ID, then I will definitely contact with you. So we'll start the session. So project management, as you know, everything I have uploaded so many videos in detail regarding the project management. I am giving here in the description box a link of playlist in which I have collected all the videos related to the project management. So you refer this. Here I am going very briefly and very speedily because we are doing the GATE study. We are preparing for the GATE. As far as GATE 2021 is concerned, it is on February 2021. So we have less time. So Gantt chart, CPM, PERT. CPM is a critical path method. Critical path is the longest path in the network. This is the network analysis. PERT is the program evaluation and review technique. As far as PERT is concerned, the times are probabilistic, and as far as CPM are concerned, times are deterministic in nature. Difference between them is only time is probabilistic in PERT, and as far as in CPM it is deterministic. Then PERT is event oriented and CPM is activity oriented. So activity is general anything which requires resource and time, which requires resources. And as far as event is concerned, event is a combination of different activities, as like your like suppose the concreting activity. So for concreting you require material collection, there material mixing, then cement, sand, everything. So requiring cement, this is the one activity. Mixing, this is another activity. Then placing, another activity. Likewise. Now time in PERT and CPM. As you know, as far as CPM is concerned, times are deterministic, and as far as PERT is concerned, times are probabilistic. In probabilistic, we are having three times for each an activity. There is optimistic time TO, most likely time TM, and pessimistic time TP. So what is mean by TO, optimistic, where everything in the project goes well? This time is TO. TM is the time for completing an activity, that is the best time. And as far as pessimistic time, if everything in the project goes wrong, so that time is pessimistic. So now after based on these three times, we need to calculate expected time for each and every activity. So expected time is calculated as T is equal to TO plus 4TM plus TP divided by 6 by using this formula. So we'll take highlighter. Then again we'll use ink color as a red, and then see, this is the highlighter. Then the PERT. In PERT, completion time for the project has normal distribution about the expected completion time. Critical path, this question was asked. Critical path is the longest path in the network which require start to finish. The critical path is the network is the sequence of activities and events where there is no slack. Slack means here the float or extra time. So whatever time given, in the same time the activity should be finished. If any activity on the critical path get delayed by Tx time, then the total project will be delayed, as critical path is the longest path. Same is not true for activities not lying on the critical path. Critical path determines the focal activities for which no tolerance in terms of delay is desirable. Now, work breakdown structure. This is also most important concept we require to know when we are doing the scheduling work, that is the networking work. So, WBS means work breakdown structure means here any event or any project we are dividing it into the small activities. So, take simple example that a group of students is given the project of designing, fabricating and testing of small centrifugal pump. So, here activities we can divide, broken down the activity into the sub part that is designing one part, fabrication is another part, testing is another part. So, this is known as work breakdown structure. So, network will be as shown in figure, network will be like this. So, design, fabrication. So, activities are shown in arrow by arrowhead, and these are called as the nodes, or we can call it as event. Then terminology, we will see activity. Activities, it is a time consuming effort that is required to perform part of work. So, drilling of hole. So, anything which requires resources. So, that is activity, and activity we are showing, this is the node 1, node 2, and this is the activity. So, this is start time of activity, this is finish end of activity. So, A is the activity name and 5 is the unit. So, this way we will show the activity on network, in the network. Activity 1, 2 is A and required 5 unit. Then an activity with 0 slack is known as critical activity. 0 float doesn't have, we can't delay this activity. If we delay this activity, our project duration will be delayed, project duration will be increased. Then event, it is the beginning, completion point or milestone accomplishment within the project. An activity beginning and ends with event. An event triggers on activity on the project. An event is a point in time which within the project which is significant to the management. No expenditure or manpower or resources be associated with event. So, dummy activity. Dummy activity is the activity which doesn't have any time, which doesn't consume any time, which doesn't require any resource, but it needs to show in the network for its proper representation of network. Then crashing and crash cost. The process of reducing on activity time by adding fresh resources, this is called a crashing. And if we crash it activity, so its cost will be increased, and costs associated with crash is called a crash cost. Then float and slack. So, float and slack of an activity has same significance as the slack of the event. Slack is for event and float is for as far as activity. As far as float and slack, these terms are same only. Slack corresponds to event and hence PERT, while float correspond to activities and hence to CPM. In CPM we can have float, and in PERT we can have slack. Then negative float and negative slack. So, you just read it, you will know. If you don't know, I will tell during the example. I will solve this tell during example. Then network construction. So, it is faulty network. So, network arrow should be always forwarded. So, this type you can't show. This dangling we cannot show. This is the wrong network. This is the wrong network. And as far as true network, how to draw true network? So, to draw true network, you should use Fulkerson's rule. What Fulkerson says? Fulkerson says these are the nodes. You give node based on the activities. So, node should be in forwarded direction 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So, activities will be like A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, like this. You cannot show 5 here, 4 here, activity D here, activity here. So, this way, this is the Fulkerson rule. And then times, different time estimates. There are 4 time estimates in PERT as well as CPM. That is ES, earliest start time, then EF, earliest finish time, LF, latest finish time, and LS, latest start time of activity. So, that we will see in next. So, here we will study this definition. The earliest start time, the assumption is that all predecessor activities are started at their earliest start time. Earliest finish time, the assumption is that the activity starts on its earliest start and takes the expected time T Therefore, earliest finish time of any activity is equal to earliest start time of earlier activity plus that time of time required for completion for that activity. Then latest finish time, it is the assumption is that the successive activities take their expected time. The latest finish time for an activity without delaying the project. Latest start time, the latest start time for an activity without delaying the project. LS is equal to LF minus T. So here, whenever we calculate ES and EF, we require to use forward pass method, and when we calculate LF and LS, we need to use backward pass method. So what is forward pass, backward pass? That we will see here. This is the, we require to write this way for any event. This is the event. For activity, this is 12, 8, these are the activity, and these are the event. As far as your PERT is concerned, events are important. So here we are writing earliest start, latest start. So same way we are having. So firstly 0, 12, then 12 plus 8, 20, 20 plus 12, 34, 34 plus 38, 34 plus 4, 38, and then 38 plus 6, 44. Then this way you should go, then you go in this fashion. So forward pass method, start from first event and go up to the last event. ES1 is equal to 0, ES2 is equal to ES1 plus T is equal to 0 plus 12. This way you have. And here sometimes you will get 2 ES5, you will get 2 times 32 or 34. And whenever you go for forward pass, you should take maximum value among this, and whenever you go for backward pass, whenever you go for backward pass, you should take minimum value. If there are 2 values, you should take minimum value among these 2. Then earliest finish, so you will get LS and ES. Then to calculate EF and LF, use these formulas. So this way you prepare the table in tabular form. Result are in tab, activity, time, ES, LS, EF, LF, stack. So activity 1, 2, 2, 3, 2, 4, 2, 6, 3, 5, 4, 5, 4, 6, 5, 7, 6, 7, 7, 8. So here you write the time given, then ES, LS already you have calculated, EF, LF already you have, and stack. So stack, already formula I have told you how to calculate the stack. Then slack is, whenever slack is 0 for these activities, slack is 0, these activities are critical activity, and critical path is longest path. So critical path is 1, 2, 4, 5, 7, 8. So 1, 2, 4, 5, 7, 8. This will be the critical path for this network, and duration is 45. So you can know if slack is 0, then this activity is critical path, and if this LS, ES and LS, if the same, then activity will be critical, or if ES is equal to LS, the activity will be critical. So these are the conditions. If these conditions will be fulfilled, then activity will be critical activity. So then float and slack. So it is defined as the amount of time on activity can be delayed without affecting the duration of project. Means आपको हम whatever time by which we can delay any activity, but our project duration will not affect, our project duration will not change, it will not be greater or it will not be less, it will remain same. So that is called as the float or stack. So total float, there are different types of float. Total float, it is the maximum time which is available to complete an activity minus the actual time which the activity takes. So total float is equal to LS of same activity, I is same activity, ES is the same activity, I is means same activity, I. So total float is LF next activity I and previous I minus Tij. I means one activity, J means next activity. If I is activity A, then J will be activity B, followed which activity followed A. And then free slack, it is used to denote the amount of time an activity can be delayed without delaying the earliest start of any succeeding activity. Succeeding and preceding. Here the two terms are important. Succeeding activity and preceding activity. Succeeding activity means next. Preceding activity means previous activity. So EF next J, ES previous I minus TIJ. I means if activity A is I, then B will be activity J. So this way you can calculate. Then independent float. It is the important when the network of the project runs on earliest time. If an activity reaches next stage, of latest time, then independent float will be indicate if the considered activity will reach at the next stage, so as to allow the following activity to be begin at the earliest time. Then here independent flow, you can calculate this way, this formula, and here these are the some important factors related with the independent float. Then frequency distribution for PERT. This will be boring for you. Just whenever you solve the problem, there I will explain this. So PERT, expected time, that is mu. That is T first is equal to, for as you know formula, then standard deviation and variation. TP pessimistic time, TO optimistic time. CP critical path, variance of critical path. Variance of critical path is equal to addition of variance of all the activities on the critical path, and the expected time for the project is the sum of expected time of all activities lying in the on the critical path. Then probability. So here we will calculating the probability. So Z distribution curve, here we will say Z distribution curve. So here Z distribution curve means here we can calculate what is the probability of completion of project. It may be 50%, 30%, 40%. This curve is normal distribution curve. So here what is probability that the activity will be completed in the expected time. Variance is the measure of this uncertainty. Greater the value of variance, the larger will be the uncertainty. If variance value is less, then your project will be completion time is more, and if your variance is greater, there will be the chances of project completion less. That is uncertainty conditions there. Then probability of meeting the scheduled dates. So when probability meet the scheduled dates, the standard normal distribution curve. First A, it has an area equal to unity, its standard deviation is 1, it is symmetrical about the mean. T, expected project time, TS, contractual obligation time, that is scheduled time. Therefore probability of completing a project time in a time TS is equal to scheduled time. P, TS, probability, area under ABS, this area, divided by area under ABC, this area. Then standard deviation for network is equal to sigma is equal to square root of sum of the variance along critical path. So these formulas are necessary to solve the problem. Then where variance for an activity V is equal to TP minus TO divided by 6 bracket square. I is previous activity, J is the next activity. If A and B two activities, A first activity, B second activity, then A will be I, B will be J. Since the standard deviation for normal curve is 1 and the sigma calculated above is used as a scale factor for calculating the normal deviation Z is equal to TS minus T divided by sigma. The value of probability for normal distribution curve corresponding to the different value of normal deviate are in simplified. For normal deviate of plus 1, the corresponding probability is 84.1, and for Z is equal to minus 1, corresponding P is equal to 15.9. Here you will need to use a chart, Z distribution curve chart. You need to find the probability value, and based on that probability value you need to use a chart. So that chart also I am providing at the end of this video. Then now this is the most important objective questions used for GATE IS previous 20 years exam, 20 years question papers. So here I have given you only questions, you just solve it. Whatever theory I have explained or whatever other, if you don't understand the theory, If you don't understand this much theory, you need more theory part. You just refer playlist given in the description box regarding the project management. Then you go to solve this question, solve it. If you able to solve, it's good. If you are unable to solve, you just wait. After 1 week, same day I am going live, and during the live session I am explaining answer as well as solution for these questions. Correct? So these are the some questions. You just try it. So these are the questions, you just try it, try to solve. As we are studying for GATE, so there is no such thing that you should study all the things, all the questions, all the MCQ type questions, whether they are asked for IS exam, IS exam, IPS exam, IES exam, then IAS exam, GATE exam. No doubt you should know your basics clear, then only you can solve anything, any MCQ, and that is important. And as we are going speedily, because GATE 2020 is nearer to near, coming nearer to nearer to us. So this is 11, 12. Then this is the questions asked in IS exam. Then these are also questions. So these are also. Then this one is. Then this one. And next week, next Monday, for same day, I am taking live session, and in that session I am explaining how this what is the answer for these questions and how this answer arises. So that I will explain. Now these are based on the CPM. LFT latest finish time, EST earliest start time of an activity, TIJ time of activity IJ. And this is the custom link of my YouTube channel. You can go anytime you will get the study material there. If you visit for community section of the channel, you will get the PDF form or photo form or ebook type form. So these videos. And then based on CPM, IAS, GATE. So these are the answers. So I already given answer at the end. But without seeing this answer, you should solve. Try to solve. And these are some theory questions. Engineering Services Exam, ESE, asked. So theory exam, theory questions. And again this question is asked for 15 marks. You should solve it. Should able to solve it. You try it. I will provide you answer in the next week. So I have already solution is given, but you don't see the solution. Without seeing the solution, you just try to solve and then see the solution. So this is network diagram is given. 50% chances how I arrived, and then this is the question and their solution in same slide I have given. Here again the activity, last activity is given here, 7 it is, and this duration. So this will be here, it should be here. So this you need to do. So again this is conventional question and this is the solution. This is network diagram and this is the critical path and maximum slack or anything, whatever asked in the question you should solve. First it is necessary to draw the diagram, network diagram. This is the network diagram. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, you should use Fulkerson's rule. Then this is again conventional question. This is the homework for you. Here I have written homework for you. The answer I have given here. Answer for this question I have given here. Answer is critical path is A, C, D, E, F, I, J, and critical time is 98 days. So you calculate. First you draw the network, and after drawing network you should calculate table. In last earlier I have explained the table. Same way in the theory part you should prepare the table, and then based on that you calculate these two. Then inventory, some basic things. Inventory. What is meant by inventory? Inventory is the lifeblood of production system. A fundamental objective of good system of operation control of inventories is to be able to place order at a time, right place, from right source to acquire right quantity at right price and at right quality. That is the inventory. Inventory means something we need to brought. So, but how to brought? How to brought? How to place quantity? How to place order? So at right time, right source, right quantity, right price, right quality. Everything should be right. That is the inventory control. So these are some. So as far as inventory control, there are different methods. So ABC analysis and other things. The categories will be there. Then another ways of classifying industrial inventories are transitional inventory, speculative, precautionary. In detail, we'll take one session on inventory control. So ABC analysis, I have solved one detailed problem. As far as ABC analysis is concerned, same problem is given in the playlist. You should learn this. You should see and learn that problem. Step by step ABC analysis problem I have solved. Full problem. So VED analysis, SD analysis, HML, FSN analysis, fast flow, non-moving item. So these are things. So this will be the today's work. So thank you for, if you like it, please do share it, subscribe the channel, and see, as we are starting, this is my third lecture regarding the GATE exam, and we are starting for GATE examination, or competitive examination preparation. So technical session we are starting from today onward. So this will be based on first project management. Next one will be on geotechnical or environment or structural analysis. Anyone I will take. So thank you. If you want, anybody want this in PDF, you can contact me, comment me below the video. You just put your email ID. I will mail you a PDF of this. Or otherwise, you just refer the community section of YouTube channel. Thank you.